Since you've been a part of Best on Best over a long period of time, does it feel like the level of Best on Best has increased over time? Does it feel like that this hockey is even better than maybe it had been in the past?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, you saw the speed, the skill, just really every facet of the game. Just the level that you guys seen the last 10 days was incredible. So it's been a while, so it's hard to compare. But I would say that that's been probably the common topic. Talking to other guys, they would feel the same way. So yeah, I think that's fair.
Sid, you've won Cups, Olympics, Worlds. How does this compare? How does this rank for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been getting that question a lot. I think with a new event, new format, that sort of thing, it's hard. But just talking about the level, just how good every team is, and how difficult it is in the short-term event like this to come together as a group and play the way you want to play and go through all that. I thought it was an awesome experience. It's hard to rank it, but still to be part of this group, find a way to win it, and the atmosphere and the environments that we're in between Montreal and here were incredible. And I think people, watching could feel how bad, everybody wanted to win and, what they put into it. So, yeah, it's hard to rank it though, to be honest with you.
How special is this one, Sid, with the new generation of player with you?
Yeah, I mean, it's, it really is, like you said, a new generation and new group of guys. I think, with some of those prior teams, there was a lot of guys that have played together in the past. With some new guys sprinkled in there, this was a totally new group for the most part, and just to see guys come together over the last 10 days and see the excitement, see how much it meant to everybody. It was a lot of fun, and then obviously the US was a pretty good team. They pushed, and obviously Binner made some great saves there, but give a lot of credit to them. They were a tough team, just like the other ones, but they really played well.
So how do you kind of describe the emotion of their teammate?
I don't know. It felt like there was a lot of tension. I mean, it was obviously more of a road game feel, I would say, for us. But that being said, you could feel the Canadian fans were in the building as well, and but no, it felt a little bit more. I would say more like a road game. But I think it was tense. The game was so close. Obviously, going to overtime, anything can happen, and they carried the play most of overtime. And we got some big saves, and then David got a huge one there on a great love from Martin.
Sidney, you've had a legendary career. You're still playing at an elite level. Can you talk about the moment you shared with Connor McDavid after he scored that game-winning goal in overtime? Was that sort of passing the torch in a sense for you?
Well, I think it's just being happy for a teammate and happy for a guy that he's got a ton of pressure on him. Obviously, had an incredible year last year. Went to Game 7 and does so much for his team, for the league. There's a lot of expectations. If anyone can relate to that, I think it's me. And I think that knowing what he puts into it and see him get rewarded like that is huge. So he's a big game player. He's proven that throughout his career, but I'm sure this one means a lot to him, and it meant a lot to us.
After the game, Prime Minister Trudeau tweeted, "You cannot take our country, you cannot take our sport." So did you feel how important it was back home for the Canadians this year, maybe more than ever?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a lot of questions going into it. What was it going to feel like? Was it going to be an all-star game? What was the level going to be like? As far as how are players viewing it, and I think that got answered pretty quickly just on the first night against Sweden. I think you saw the passion, and then it just continued to build, and you saw the attention and how much it meant to people. And obviously in Canada we have a lot of pride with being Canadian, but also for hockey as well. And I think our group felt that, and it meant a lot that we could find a way to pull it out tonight.
Sidney, is this the most talented team Canada you have ever played?
It's hard to say. It's been a while since I played, so you know, yeah, it's difficult to say. I mean, I think that I've been really fortunate to play on some incredible teams, starting with World Juniors at a young age, and then right through Olympics, World Championships, World Cup, and this. So again, you know, it's difficult to rank it, but I will say that I feel really grateful. Not only to play for Canada, but to play with the groups of guys that I played with.
Sidney, I asked Connor McDavid this question yesterday, and I asked him if he would like to see the four nations maybe make a return, and he talked about wanting to get all nations involved and the World of Cup and things like that. Can you just provide your perspective? Is this something you would like to see return again, and do you want to add to what he said yesterday?
Yeah, I agree with him. I mean, if you can expand it, great. I mean, there's there's a lot of things to go through as far as how you pick, who's part of it and go about that process. But I mean, you see what four teams were able to do and the competitiveness that that was brought through the four teams, and I think that would only it would only grow with more teams, and it would get more competitive as well and more eyes. So. I think you look at all the players that were involved. There's a lot of other great players that didn't get a chance to play in it that I'm sure would love to. So, and deserve to. So, I would have to see how they go about that. But I agree with them.
So it will always be a sports thing. But in 2010, it was you with the Golden Goal. This year, it's Connor with the Golden Goal. Is it in a certain way the perfect script or the other one's script?
Yeah, I mean, whoever scored it, but I think for him, it seems really fitting, definitely. I think the level that he plays at, he's got that ability every single night to change a game, and he's proven it time and time again, and he proved it, in one of the biggest moments tonight.
So as we pivot to the Olympics, how important? As you pivot to the Olympics, how important was it to have these touches 12 months before for the group to just sort of be together and as you build towards hopefully another strong Olympics?
Yeah, I think it's nice. I mean, it's something where it was a long time, and there was a few times, at least a couple, that we thought it was going to happen and didn't. So I think to finally get together as a group, to know that we had this, it was something everyone really looked forward to. All the teams, I think, felt that way. I think especially us with such a new group, and like you said, Olympics aren't that far away. So to know that NHL will be part of that, I think that's huge, and give something guys to for guys to look forward to and to be motivated by.
There's so much talk. Jordan Bennington tonight.
I don't think I have enough words, to be honest with you. He was incredible. So much poise. Just huge saves. I mean, they've got some dangerous players. You look right through their lineup and some of the chances that in huge moments too, especially in overtime, and just to allow us to get to that point, to allow Devo to get that big goal. I mean, he saved us on so many occasions tonight, and it was huge. I mean, it was difference making for sure.
You passed the trophy to Marchand first. Why him? Was that planned?
He was close to me. We were in Boston. He's an older guy. I'd say him or Dewey would be the two that I probably would have handed it off to, and him being in his home building here and being right next to me, it worked out well.
Getting to be teammates with these younger guys that are coming behind you, and what did you learn about them, seeing them behind the scenes?
What I was fortunate to know them fairly well prior to, but I think just how much they care, what it means to them, the energy that they bring every single day, the level that they play at. I mean, practicing with them every day, seeing them up close. But I think it's just their passion and energy, which is contagious, I think, for me. I've been on a lot of different teams, a lot of different situations, but knowing these guys a little bit and seeing them day to day, that's something that pushes me. And if anything, I remind myself daily that I better get to work if I want to play with these guys, because they're special players, and it's incredible what they do out there.
Take two final questions for Sid.
How important was Nathan Makin to you guys in this tournament?
I mean, just tournament MVP. I think it says a lot. He's a guy again that's really clutch. In big moments, he's done that time and time again. He stepped up and he did it for us. And knowing him and what he puts into it again, similar to Connor. But I know what it means to him, so I'm happy to get, for him to get rewarded, and happy to see him have a great tournament. He deserves it.
Connor was asked if the torch was passed because of Golden Glove best goal. He laughed. He goes, "Well, Sid's going to be there in 12 months." So, is it cool to hold it together? I guess.
I don't think of it that way. I'm just really happy he scored, and like I said, he couldn't be more deserving of an opportunity in that moment. I don't look at the torch being passed. I'm happy and grateful to be part of this group. It's not easy, at the level that these guys play at, and the work it takes, and to be involved with this group. I'm just really grateful and proud that he was able to get a big moment like that. But just really happy that we won.
Okay, going to wrap up.